line? Is it really like Hell's Kitchen? Folks be yelling at folks.
In the hotels, you can get a little bit of that, but because they have unions and human resources, it don't get as bad as Hell's Kitchen. But if you have like a freestanding restaurant or something like that, then you can get away with that because they don't really have no human resources.
Right, so it gets pretty tense.
It does get tense. You know, when you got, you know, hundreds of people, everybody wanting their food at once, and somebody mess up or whatever, then you know, kind of got to crack. You know, hey. Yes, man. We when I was working at the hotel for the Hyatt in San Francisco, we were right by the airport. We get a lot of canceled flights where the flights would give out vouchers to come to the hotel. So our restaurant was slammed with a few hundred people, and so they had like a $40 voucher. So people just start ordering food whether they're gonna eat it or not because they have $40 to use up. So we was so busy for hours. People were complaining about the food taking so long. So finally we get all the food out. And the people just got up and left like they was done eating. They had ordered. There was so much leftover food sitting on the table. They were just ordering just because. So we were like, man, we just was killing ourselves for the last 4 hours for these people to get up and be like, I'm full off of 2 chicken wings and leave the rest of the food sitting. We got like a lot of gluten-free type requests out in the Bay Area. Everybody kind of on that.
Everybody want to be healthy.
Yeah, so you know, people like we had to go find some gluten-free bread and all that kind of stuff. We actually had some kids that were gluten-free and they couldn't have nothing, so we had to go to all these specialty stores just to get stuff for all them. So
they lucky because I don't even really know what that is.
I mean, if you got gluten-free, you can't have wheat or flour or soy. Yeah, so
they be like, I'm gluten-free. I'm like, so what?
They out of luck.
So they can't have wheat.
No, bread. They can't have anything with soy in there, so you have to go find a special kind of bread that's made without that kind of stuff. So we had to go search, go buy it, bring it back to the hotel, and all that kind of stuff. So. I think right now I've enjoyed kind of cooking in California because the cuisine is a little more diverse. But I think out here there's a lot more opportunity outside of the hotels and things like that. In the Bay Area, it's really hotel driven. But I think in Atlanta there's still a lot of like personal things, catering opportunities and things like that.
I hear that. I hear that.
We man, I actually had a little dinner like that when we went back to Philly. I did like a little special dinner, so we actually did like a stuffed filet, stuffed it with oyster. Did it kind of for like some richy white folks, you know what I'm saying? So we did filet mignon, stuffed it with an oyster, made a little truffle demi-glaze, like a little truffle sauce, and then on the side we put a little crab stuffed prawns.
You know, but that shit sounds great.
He's so silly. I know about it. But I'm allergic to shellfish, so I couldn't eat that.
So you do a lot of seafood?
Yeah.
Because you from the Bay, because you was by the water.
That was good.
So far, the biggest name would be Lewis Williams of Atlanta Hot.
Lewis doesn't work for nobody else. Your chef can't be cooking for everybody else, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, you know, but working with Lou, I got to cook for Travis Porter, done some parties for them, cooked for Bow Wow. So I've been meeting a lot of people through Lou.
Yeah, I wonder, do they be like, hey man, can I have him cook? Do you run into that
how does that
type
work?
Stuff or?
Yeah, I've had that, man.
Is it conflicts?
Nah, well, Lou real cool about that. Like, as long as I handle my business with him, and he see that we like really trying to progress and do some more stuff, and he's real cool. We've had Travis Porter, Quez called one day. And
they eat them little skinny.
They eat a lot.
Boys can eat them.
I know they can.
But he had called Lou like, hey, what's your chef doing today? And I just finished doing lunch for Lou and the crew. And he was like, you know, how much would it cost to do X, Y, and Z? So he was like, here, talk to my chef. So I'm talking to him. And he's like, yeah, you know, we're about to have a barbecue, a little cookout, blah, blah. So he was like, you know, is that cool? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, so what time you want it? What day? I'm thinking he wanted it like in a couple days. He was like, at 5 o'clock. I'm like, it's 2:30. Like, but yeah, so.
200 for that.
And you get all the perks that come with it.
It was the quickest few $100s I ever made. You know?
Yeah.
I hear that.
So it was cool. The hardest to make, I would say like cakes and pastries and stuff because it takes a lot of patience.
That's why I asked you.
And baking is like more of an exact science, and when you cooking and stuff, if you kind of mess up, it's real easy to fix. But if you're baking and you making a cake and your measurements off by like a half a cup, your cake is done and you got to start all the way over.
Like he ain't put no egg in